Yes, the problem is that it's gone by the time I get there. As they became rich, they made people laugh for 9 years. The real disaster started, though, when the cameras stopped rolling. The group was torn apart by secret illnesses, feuds, and sudden deaths. On Broadway, one star fell. Another person tried a desperate political effort that ended in shame. Today, you'll be shocked by the shocking truth about what happened to TV's favorite family. Hi, Buddy Ebsen. After the end of the Beverly Hillbillies in 1971, Buddy Ebsen could have stopped acting. In his 9 years as Jed Clampett, a part that made him famous, he passed away. He was 63 years old. He didn't slow down, though. He started something completely new. Buddy changed his job a lot in 1973, which shocked everyone. In a crime drama, he played the role of Barnaby Jones, a serious private detective. This wasn't at all like the funny and chill Jed Clampett. As Barnaby, he played a driven detective who was looking for the person who killed his son. It was a big hit, and it ran for 8 years. The fact that Buddy was in all 178 episodes shows that he wasn't done yet. Buddy was 72 years old when the show stopped in 1980. He had been the star of 2 long-running shows in a row, which was something that not many actors can do. Bud kept playing even after Barnaby Jones. He was in a TV show called Fire on the Mountain in 1981 when he was 73 years old. Then he was in another one called Stone Fox in 1986. He even had a recurring part on the action show Matt Houston in 1984 when he was 76 years old. Buddy never seemed to slow down, even though he was getting older. He did something very strange a long time after that. In 1999, Buddy did a voice appearance in the animated show King of the Hill when he was 91 years old. He played this small part 37 years after becoming famous as Jed Clampett, which shows how long his work lasted. Buddy was more than just an actress, though. He was very good at sailing and loved it. He even made his own sailboat, which he named Polynesian Concept. He raced it in foreign events, so it wasn't just for fun. He sailed his boat to win in a 125-mile race from Newport Beach to Ensenada in less than 14 hours in 1968, while he was still on the Beverly Hillbillies. He was clever in more than one way, though. He wrote more than 80 songs and 2 plays, which were called The Champagne General and Turn to the Right. He did more than just act. A man with lots of ideas, he wrote songs and plays. Buddy chose to live a simpler life by the ocean as he got older. He didn't stay in Hollywood. Instead, he built a house on Balboa Island, which is a quiet spot near Newport Beach. Someone who loved the water would love living there, like he did. Buddy stayed busy as he aged and loved telling stories about his amazing career. He talked about his life on Larry King Live on his 93rd birthday in 2001. Still, he was full of life and charm. He died on July 6, 2003, and was 95 years old. After a week, TV Land showed a marathon of the Beverly Hillbillies to celebrate him. It was an emotional way to honor his life and remember all the great things he did in his work. Irene Ryan's life changed a lot after the Beverly Hillbillies finished on March 23, 1971. Even though she was 68 years old, she had no plans to quit. She chose not to play Granny Daisy Moses in spin-offs or commercials, but to go back to live theater. It was a brave move, that is, for someone her age. It was clear that Irene was determined to keep acting. In the fall of that year, she went on tour with the show Pippin to 30 cities. Having 8 shows a week was a lot of work. No one thought Irene would work as hard as she did. Her energy surprised everyone, even though she was small and getting close to 70 years old. She also kept busy backstage, where she handled the chaos like a pro. Some people said she was just as driven now as she was when she was in theater. She played Berta, the main character's grandmother, on the show. People loved her song No Time at All. People loved her so much that every night they gave her standing ovations. She was also praised by critics. In fact, the New York Times said that her performance was so powerful that her co-star couldn't say his next line for so long. The big night for Irene was October 23, 1972 in New York City. People were shocked to see her go from being an old lady to a show star. On March 26, 1973, she was nominated for a Tony Award, which showed how hard she had worked. It was a big deal for her, and everyone was happy for her. But then something awful took place. Irene passed out during a show on March 10, 1973. The show had to end, even though it looked like a stroke. After that, she went back to California to see a doctor. That's when the sad news came to her. The brain tumor she had was glioblastoma, and doctors told her she only had a few weeks to live. People were still praising her work while she was in the hospital. Irene's name was on the list of people nominated for a Tony Award on April 16, 1973. She never got to go to the event, which was sad. 10 days after that, on April 26, 1973, Irene died. She was 70 years old. Everyone was shocked by her quick death, especially since she had just been on stage a few weeks before. Before she died, Irene made sure that her name would live on. She gave the Irene Ryan Foundation all of her money, which was more than $1 million. Young actors can get scholarships from the organization, which helps them follow their dreams. The first awards were given out in 1972, not long before she died. This foundation has helped a huge number of performers since then, and many of them have gone on to have successful lives. Dogan Douglas. As Ellie Mae Clampett, Donna Douglas became well-known in the show Beverly Hillbillies, which a lot of people love. While the show was over, her life was full of shocks and big changes. Donna had a choice to make when the show ended on April 23, 1971. It would have been great for her career if she had been cast in a new soap show, but she said no, which shocked everyone. She didn't go after more fame. She went in a totally different direction. In September 1971, only a few months after that, Donna went to Israel. She will never be the same after this trip. An important spiritual event changed her life and led her to become a Christian minister. Donna left the movie business and became a church singer and motivational speaker. Donna Douglas Sings Gospel was her first gospel record, which came out in 1982. Even though it didn't sell a lot of copies, it was still a hit, 50,000 units sold. She made 3 more records over the years. Her most recent one, Back on the Mountain, came out in 1989. During this time, Donna also talked about a secret problem she had when she was on the Beverly Hillbillies. She had been struggling with a severe eating problem and had been eating as few as 500 calories a day, which caused her weight to drop to 95 pounds. At the time, no one knew this. Donna said that her faith helped her get through it, though. Donna was in the news again in 2011, but this time for a very different reason. Mattel and CBS were sued for $75 million because she said they used her image for an Ellie Mae Barbie doll without her permission. The court case went on for months. Even though it wasn't in court, Donna showed that she was strong and determined, just like the TV role she played. She tried selling real estate after the end of the Beverly Hillbillies. In 1973, she got her license, but she didn't work in the business for long. She sold only 3 homes. Someone knew Donna and insisted on buying the house just because she was selling it, which led to one of the sales. It wasn't right for her, so she moved on to other things. She wrote books, too. Donna's Critters and Kids was her first book. It came out in 1993. She was moved to write these Christian-themed children's stories by her love of animals. More than 100,000 units were sold. Miss Donna's Mulberry Acres Farm was her next book. In 2013, she wrote a recipe called Southern Favorites with a Taste of Hollywood. There were more than just recipes in the book. It also had advice on how to act in Hollywood, combining her Southern charm with her time in Hollywood. Donna was asked to play Ellie Mae again in a Beverly Hillbillies movie that was going to happen in 1993. She said no because she didn't think it was the right thing to do. The movie never came together, but her choice showed how much she cared about the role she had played for so long. Donna kept in touch with her fans all the way through her life. People still knew her as Ellie Mae when she went to meetings and other events. She told a shocking story at one of her last shows in December 2014. She kept all of Ellie Mae's clothes, like her famous rope belt and blue pants. She had carefully put them away at home. She died on January 1, 2015, and she was 82 years old. Life after the Beverly Hillbillies was full of turns she didn't see coming. A strong woman of faith, she also learned to sing and write. People will always remember Donna as Ellie Mae, but her real life was just as interesting and inspiring as her famous role. Max Baer Jr. was born in Oakland, California on December 4, 1937. His role as Jethro Bodine in the Beverly Hillbillies made him popular. He became a star because of this part, but it hurt his career a lot later on. It was over on March 23, 1971, after 9 years. Max had a hard time getting new acting jobs after that because everyone only saw him as Jethro. Hollywood didn't notice him even though he had a business degree and a lot of skills. He had a hard time finding work for 3 years. It was also hard to get money before the Beverly Hillbillies. Max was only paid $500 per show. His pay only went up to $800 per episode, even when the show became the most hit in the US. This wasn't nearly as much as stars of hit TV shows make now. Max was in a tough spot after the show finished and the acting jobs stopped coming in. Max made the choice in 1974 to take charge of his future. He made his own movie called Macon County Line by using his business sense. Writing the movie, which cost a little more than $100,000 to make and starred in it, it was a huge hit and made $35 million, which was against all chances. Max was able to do more than just act, and this success helped his career get back on track. After that, in 1976, he made another hit movie called Ode to Billy Joe. Max got the rights to a Bobby Gentry hit song and turned it into a movie. The fact that this movie made $27 million at the box office shows that Max was good at making small projects into big hits. Max didn't end there. He had an interesting business idea in 1985. Max chose to make a casino with a Beverly Hillbillies theme after seeing other TV-themed attractions like the Bonanza Ranch. He thought that show fans would really enjoy it. It took him almost 30 years to plan this project, but it showed how determined and creative he was. Max did well in life, but it wasn't all good. In 2000, he lost something very important to him. Cherry Rhodes, his girlfriend, killed herself at their home in Tahoe, Nevada. Max found her and the note she had left behind. He felt terrible at this time, and it got a lot of negative attention from the media. He had to deal with his sadness in public. He became famous as Jethro Bodine, but the part also put limits on him. Max was annoyed that people couldn't see him as anything else, but he didn't let that stop him. He used his link to the character and his business ideas instead. He also worked hard to show that he could be great in things other than acting. He is 87 years old now, but Max Baer Jr. is still alive and well from the Beverly Hillbillies. Through his life, we can see how he changed problems into chances. Even when things were hard, he made a new living as a director and business owner. Hey, Raymond Bailey. Raymond Bailey's life changed a lot after the Beverly Hillbillies stopped in 1971.